Record. So good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle, and I was just talking to Marisa, and she said everyone's sleeping and that she won't be on, but that she says hello. So today what we're going to do, I was just going to see if anyone had any new people coming on. Of course, we always want to welcome them. I don't see anyone new yet on here. Do you guys know if there's any new teammates this week that will be on?
Okay. We don't have any that will be on.
Okay, well, if someone pops on and they're new, please just like raise your hand, interrupt. Like we want to make sure they're recognized. And I think that's a good goal to have every single week, is to have at least one new person on the team. As you guys know, I'm not part of your organization, though I'm part of the whole organization. But what I love about your team is that you guys are one of the most active and one of the most engaged teams. And you guys really work cohesively together. So I really think that's important for you to know, is that I see when I, am doing the pose work, how I know the pose is I'm their virtual assistant. And I worked for them for over a year before so I saw your names and I saw your pictures on Facebook, but I didn't know you. And so I was watching and I was like, oh, who's that person? And I was like, and I would tell the pose, because I have a network marketing background, 16 years. And I was like, you need to watch this person. They are up to something good. And so what I kept finding is that a lot of them, not everybody, but a lot of them were right on this team. And it's really, you guys have something very special, a synergy that most teams don't have in network marketing. So please know that you're part of something special. And now I also know that things aren't always perfect, because we're humans. And so it is really, really important to remember that being a human is messy and that it's okay. And that is just part of the journey, is to go together, learn your boundaries, and communicate clearly, and to level up, to take us all to that next level. So good morning to everyone who's joined. I still don't see everyone new. Is Erica new perhaps? I don't know Erica's name. So I don't know. She's connecting to audio right now, so we'll let her connect. Okay, good morning, Erica. Good morning, Ramona, Lisa, Isa, Kim, Barb, Mark, Patricia, Jolene, Anna. I saw you, but not Lauren, Judy, Mia, Amy, and Dawn. So welcome to call this morning. So Mark, I was wondering if you would be able to unmute for just a second and share about the Vision Summit that you and Sean were at for just a few minutes.
Sure.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Mark.
So this was our second Vision Summit. So we're kind of getting this thing figured out on how to utilize it. But I just want to, for those of you that don't know, or maybe a refresher, the Rye Vision Summit is the vision of Rye. And you all know Rye hit Pro 10 in 4 years. He's our newest Pro 10. And what's interesting is, apparently going clear back to the beginning of LifeVantage, they used to do something very similar to this, where once a month they would have the elites come to corporate office and they would invite guests, and they put on a presentation to give those guests kind of the vision. And that's really what it is. So day one, Friday, starts at noon with a lunch. The lunch is provided by the elites. I thought corporate paid for it. It's not. It's paid for by the elites. And so they have lunch there. What the great part about this is, it's a very small setting. I mean, the one we went to last month, there was about 100, I think 30 or 40 or 50 people, something like that. So compared to convention, where you have thousands, it's very small, and yet you've got 20 or 30 elites there. So the opportunity to have your guests meet and talk to elites, that kind of thing is really powerful. And so, but anyway, it starts at Friday at 12, and then it goes, the class essentially starts at 1 o'clock and goes to 6 o'clock. And there's basically a speaker. It starts off with a full presentation done by a Pro 10. So they see an opportunity presentation, and they just hear about the vision of the company. And they hear from basically a new elite every 20 minutes. Gets up there and has a message or a subject that they cover. But it's just really powerful, because they all share their personal stories. And so it's really hard I think, if you have anybody with a heartbeat that's seriously looking at the business, or maybe a distributor who really doesn't have the vision yet, just maybe they're a distributor and they're not doing anything and they need to really get the vision. So in a lot of ways, I think it's more powerful than elite academies from the standpoint, because it is such a smaller setting, and you can walk around and introduce them to them with a specific question or whatever. You really get the feeling. Very similar in a way to Building Depth. For those of you who've been to Building Depth in St. George, Building Depth 4 times a year. That's phenomenal as well. Because again, the same thing, small group of people. I don't think there's ever been more than 300 people there, and same thing, 20 or 30 elites there. So you have that small setting, and it's very, but this is at the corporate office. So the view is stunning, overlooking the mountains, and of course the corporate staff are there. So they get to meet your account managers. They come in and talk, and corporate talks, and it's really, really powerful. So the way we're utilizing it is, what I think is best is, because obviously it's another expense, right? It's an airline flight, it's a hotel. Chris Michaels is actually paying the cost to get his prospects there, because he said, this is how I got to Pro 9. I got people to this event, and let the event do the work is kind of his thought. So, but I would say this would be good for any of your distributors that, need to get re-engaged or get the vision. Maybe they've never had the vision. I will tell you that you can get in 2 days what would probably take ordinarily a full year for someone to get, going to an elite academy, some few LBAs. We know how powerful these things are, but imagine it all being put together every 20 minutes, boom, boom, boom. There's a new speaker, they tell their story, it brings people to tears. It's just really, really powerful. The culture that people come away with, and the understanding of the heart of the company, both from the corporate staff perspective, when they tell their stories of why LifeVantage for them. And most of these people, the top guys, Jesse Allen, he's been in network marketing corporate side of this industry for 30 years. You hear Kristen Cunningham's, you hear, Skylar Fobb would talk this time, and you hear his background. And so people really get a sense of, because they talk about other companies, what's different here at LifeVantage than at other companies from a corporate perspective, the culture and the way things are. So it's just really powerful. So Vision Summit's a perfect name, because you can't come away with this not realizing how big the opportunity is, how big the vision is. So I think I would think of it in terms of that. And then on Saturday, so Friday is, why LifeVantage is the way to think of it. And Saturday is how. So Saturday is all basically about technique, how to invite, again, different speakers every 20 minutes, how to invite the Waterhouses, both Jennings and Gloria Waterhouse. Her background, if you don't know her background, it's friggin' unbelievably amazing. And she gets up there. I mean, she's like a world-renowned psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever you want to call it. She taught at Vanderbilt. She's a brilliant, and she gets up there and she goes through the psychology of inviting, and the psychology of she teaches not how to overcome objections, how to work through objections, and the psychology of it. So it's just, again, it's Saturday is about how to do the business. Sarah Harding gets up and she goes through the app. As you know, she's really responsible for working with Hot Kamali, getting the app. Hot Kamali was there, and he talks to everybody. So it's just, again, so Friday is why LifeVantage, Saturday is how LifeVantage, how do you build this business? And so there's quite a few people that sign up. I mean, they've come in as guests on Friday, and by Saturday morning, many of them have signed up as distributors. So, I would say the way we're utilizing it, we're not going to miss one. There's I think 10 this next year. So we won't have one in February, and we won't have one in October, but there'll be one every other month. And so there's going to be 10 of these. So it's an opportunity to bring, 10 or more people to an event like this and really give them the culture. So my feeling is this, is that we do an invite, they see a presentation, they either come in or they're real seriously looking at it. We've done a bunch of follow-ups, all that kind of stuff. And they're either brand new. You bring a brand new person to this, that's just a brand new distributor. It's just going to up their learning curve, their belief. They talk a lot about the MLM thing, and and how they all talked about how they dealt with it with themselves. And it's just powerful. You can't, the belief that people come away with is just really strong. So that would be my advice, is get yourself there. If you need to up your vision, it'll get you refired up. But also get your inactive distributors or slow moving or not moving, get them there, because it's really powerful. And that's what the elites are doing, guys. They are bringing people to this event, letting the event do the work for them. So they're going after people that, that they want in their business, and they're just inviting them to this event. So that's kind of, I think I kind of made some notes here.
You have to have a guest to go, right?
Yeah, you have to have a guest. And the reason is because it's going to get overwhelming. So what Sean and I are doing, we're booking you can book a spot, and then worst case scenario, if it fills up, then we'll still go and take our guests, and our guests can take our spot. We'll sit out in the hallway or whatever, because they need to be in the room, right? So that's kind of what we're doing. Also, it's going so well. This is the fourth one they've done. It's the second one we've been to. They're going to blow out, corporate's talking about blowing out the room, because the room only holds about, I don't know, hundreds tight. So last month there was 130 or so. There was a bunch of, it was all distributors out in the hallways because there just wasn't room. So they're talking about, Steve Fife has looked at where they can basically blow this room up. They're going to move some of the account managers that are in the room next door and tear the wall down so that they can get more space. Because again, it's powerful. People get to see corporate. The offices are impressive. If you haven't been there, very impressive. The views are stunning. There's during the food time, you can walk around with your guest and introduce them to people. It's just a really, really fast, super immersion into the culture and the differences of LifeVantage. So hopefully that's what you wanted, but there you go.
Excellent. So guys, you can do two things with that information. You can plan to go, or you can plan to be an elite who's sharing there, right? So that is your choice. So now we're going to talk about goal setting. And so I would ask you all to do me a favor. Could you stand up unless you're driving? So I would love you to shift your energy, because I want you to think about a powerful 2022. So move your cameras so we can still see your faces versus your bellies. And I want to just have you listen. You can come back to this and you can take notes, because I'm going to do rapid fire for you. Okay. We're going to talk about 2022. So guys, you've all heard of SMART goals, where they're specific. They're measurable, they're attainable, they're relevant, and they're time-based. So as we think right now in the last 2 weeks of 2021, I want you to think about, and if you need to keep standing, I know it's awkward, but this is where your power is, if you put the base of your body in a powerful state, your heart and your mind will follow. So I want you to think about, what do you want? There are 7 fundamentals of network marketing. The reason I joined LifeVantage, I could have picked any company in the world, is because I actually flew to corporate and I interviewed the executives. I met the account managers. I walked around. I did my own vision summit. And because of the culture, I flew to Cancun and I walked in the marketplace of the distributors and I asked them, what do you love about our products? Why are you successful? What don't you like? What would you change? How can you change? Is change possible? How do you see yourself in 10 years from now in this company? And what I got was great answers, you guys, real people with heart, soul, passion, and love. They love our products. They love what we do. And I decided that this was home for me because of the people, because of corporate, because of the vision. And so if you could just tap into those, you'll learn the 7 secrets of network marketing. Finding prospects. Who would like to find more prospects this year? Raise your hand. Who would like to up-level the level of prospects? Who would like to have people that need to go to corporate? I needed to go to corporate. Guys, I've made 6 figures easily in network marketing in a year. I didn't want to join a company that didn't have a corporate office I couldn't trust. Who wants to invite better? Invite more. Leverage the meetings that are happening. Not just Vision Summit, not just Elite Academy, not just convention. Who wants to leverage the weekly meetings that happen on Tuesday night, Thursday night, every other Wednesday wellness? Who wants to leverage every single one of those and have a guest at every one? It's possible, but you must invite more. Who wants to present? Who wants to be a master at presenting this opportunity? Who feels weird about that now? Right? Who's nervous about it? Could you right this second, if I said, let's flip to an opportunity, who could lead it right now? Yep, absolutely. So follow-up, who needs to be better at follow-up? Everybody should be raising their hands right now, including me. Who wants to close better? Who wants to know how to handle objections better? Okay, that means we have some work to do as a team. Who wants to onboard better? Who wants their people to promote faster? Who wants distributors who go without you? I think we all want that. And who wants to be a master at promoting events? Whether it's Deb Erickson, Elite Academy, the Vision Summit, convention, network marketing, mindset trainings, you know, Eric Ward, GoPro, who wants to be a master at inviting? Because I'll tell you, at events is where people see a vision. At Vision Summit is where people see a big picture. So we must master these skills. So I'm going to tell you what you can, well, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to suggest that you set no more than 4 personal goals a year. Most people set 5 to 10. 4 is the maximum. So for me, I'm going to share my 4 for next year. So I am going to hit my goal weight next year. I'm going to downsize my house so that when I can move to a place that is smaller, I will only have what I need. I would actually love to have a tiny home. That is what I would love, so that I don't have more stuff. And I would love to organize what I do have better. And those are my goals for next year. No other goals personally. Now, business-wise, let's talk about the things you can control. Now, this is where I want you just to stand and listen and take notes later, because there's a lot. So are you going to earn 30% or 40% commission when you make a sale? You can decide that because you are in control of that. Who wants to increase their income, have your 1099 increase every single year? You are in control of that. Who wants to control their daily habits? Who wants to control their customer ratio? How many customers you have according to compared to distributors? How about personal customers? Do you have a goal to have a customer in every single state of the US? How about every country of the world? And do you know today what your numbers are? I know how many states I'm in. I also know how many states I'm not in. And so when I'm prospecting, I'm asking people who they know in the states I'm not in. It's a great way to do it, you guys. Recruiting, personal recruiting. You cannot control what your downline does. You cannot control what your sideline does. You cannot control what your upline does. You can only control what you do as far as personal recruiting. So who wants to recruit more people this year? Who wants to rank advance at least once in 2022? How about twice? How about 3 times? How about 4 times? How about 5 times? It is possible. So how do I know that? Because if it's 850 volume for Elite Pack, and you need, you know, let's look at the numbers. I have the chart right here on my desk always. So if you want to be Premier Pro 5, you need 20,000 in volume, right? So how many packs is that? Do you know how many packs that is? It's 23 packs. That's it. You need to find 23 people moving together at one time in 1 month. That's it. You hit your rank. Does that make sense? So it's about getting people to move together. It's not about getting people to do things for you. It's about creating excitement and movement. And when they move together, you will rank advance. Who wants to develop their skills? You can control what you develop, and you can control what your team develops. Work with those who show up and love the other people. Who can control Performance Club? Who can control that? You can control that. Who can control being in the pool every month? You can control that. Get it done in the first 72 hours. People are like, how did you do it in 2 days, 2 shares? I pushed for 72 hours. In my last company, we had a 72-hour goal. Within 3 days, everyone was in the Performance Club and in the pool. Every single person that was active. So we can create that culture if we want. So communication with your current team. How many of you have talked to all of your customers in the last week? Not many. How about we make it a weekly commitment to like text or touch them in some way? How many of you would like to control your story? Be able to give a 30-second elevator pitch depending on your circumstance, right? So you should have multiples so you can dial into that. And these are all things we can teach you guys. Who wants to manage their calendar better? Time block better. We can control that. Promotions, company and team focused. Have you ever ran your own promotion? So I ran a promotion that anyone who got 2 by the end of the day today could be in a pool, and I'm giving away prizes. I did it for Maria's team, Maurice's team, Michelle Poe's team. And guys, everyone is moving. It's because our elites were in Hawaii and I wanted to bless them with a few people moving in action. Did the whole team move together? No. It's because I haven't built to the rank that I have influence yet. So that just tells me there's still room to grow, which is okay. I'm okay with that. Someone's still getting some free stuff today. You can still earn that by getting 2 people by tonight, by the time our team call goes. Social media, who can control that? You can control that. How many times do you post? Someone the other day, Mark texted me, Issa texted me and said, what was that Instagram training you mentioned last week? Guess what? I hope they bought it, but I hope they're actually taking it and they're implementing it, because buying stuff, guys, I've bought 1 million courses I didn't take. Who else has done that? We control that. So make time instead of watching Netflix on Saturday, Christmas movies right now, right? Who doesn't love Christmas movies? But instead do an Instagram training and up your skill level. Culture, brand, recognition, incentives, and contests. Our team does good at that because I am the one doing it. Because I think it's important to have recognition. Does it make you guys feel good? Well, do it for your teams. When your people have birthdays, go on to Team Inspire Change and shout them out. It's their birthday. You're their leader. Position yourself as the leader of your group. You are in control of that. Event attendance. How about net worth? Do you know your net worth today? Do you know your income minus your liabilities in life is your net worth? Figure it out before the end of the year. What's your net worth right now as a family? And what do you want it to be next year? Because you are in direct control of that. If you don't know, and sometimes it's ugly, guys, my net worth is not where I want it to be, but I do know where it can go if I focus on it, make it a goal. Okay, personal development plan. How many books and audios are you going to listen to this year? What systems do you follow? Are you trying to create your own? Because network marketers love to create stuff. We're creative souls. Or are you following the DMO ITT launch guide? Are you posting on Dawn's daily mode of operation post every day? I'm not. So I should, because it would keep me in action every day. We all should make that a goal because he is diligent and faithful at posting that. And as a thank you to him, we should all be doing the work. And if we're doing the work, why aren't we posting there? So I have to ask my own question. Why am I not posting there? So it's not about you not doing it. It's about me not doing it. Monday night call. Could you call someone that you know isn't showing up on that and say, why don't you show up to the Monday night call? What would you like? What content would you like that gives you reason to show up and grow? So normally people are busy. They don't have it on their calendar. That's why they're forgetting to come, is because A, you're not reminding them, and B, they don't have it on their calendar. People don't put things on their calendar. Do you have all of LVA, Elite Academy's convention on your calendar right now, whether you're doing virtual or in person? I have my 2022 books lined out. I have my travel schedule lined out. I know when I can take weekends when my daughter is at her dad's. I know when I can go play, and I know when I need to work. So make sure your calendar is tight. Volunteer. Do you know when you're going to volunteer? And that might not be serving at a school or a women's shelter. That might be, when are you volunteering here in our group? When are you volunteering to run this meeting? So Marisa doesn't have to do it. When are you volunteering to speak on the One Person Big Difference call? Because we need you to be the leaders of our group. So you, this is what I see in this company. And it doesn't matter if anyone else agrees with me, is sometimes there is this thing that you need to be an elite to lead. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's crap. You're all amazing leaders right now at the rank you're at. And so I don't care if you're a distributor or a Pro 1, Pro 3, Pro 5, Pro 6, I don't care what rank you are a leader because you choose to be, and the actions you take and the people you take with you. It has nothing to do with rank. So this company, if we want momentum, we must allow people to lead, period. That's it. And with that and work and passion comes elite ranks and freedom and choice. But until then, it starts right here, right now. and you get to be the leader of your day and your life. So product education, who would like to educate your customers more? So does that mean for you, for me, compliance is a hard thing in our company. I don't know if any of you agree with that, but it is hard because you can't say things that our products really do. You know, I have just recently went off of a medicine that they told me I'd be on for the rest of my life. So my blood sugar stabilized in 30 days. We can't say that to people, but what we can say is that it's changed my life, and please go offline with me and let me tell you my story, right? We can send them, you know, we can learn each other's stories so that I can be like, you got to talk to Lisa Weiland. Oh my gosh, she's got an amazing story, right? We have to learn each other's stories, because if we work together versus just moving along together, we can literally do our own three-way calls. We don't need upline to do it. We can do it ourselves. And I'm not saying upline isn't valuable. I am saying they're super valuable, but they're busy and they're living their lives and they've paid the price, so they get to have the choice and the freedom. We're in the trenches. Let's use each other better. Product education, know what the PDFs say, know what you can share, and customer education. Send right now, you can send all of your customers a Christmas card. Or if you don't celebrate Christmas, send them a Happy New Year card. Guys, let them know you love them, touch them. You don't care if they're buying or not your active customers, all your customers from all time. Touch all of them. Don't just love people when they buy from you. Emails, letters, gifts, calls, just because. Birthdays, you should always, I have a customer group and I always shout out my customers as well. Birthdays. And you know what? Do I care that my customers know who my customers are? No, I don't. Because if one of them has a negative story or something, I just ask them to share it with me and then I'll educate the group, right? So it's about communication. Social media posts, there's LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Snapchat, and Facebook. There is no way all of us has mastered all of those. So let's each pick one and then you do a training on it. Like, share what you've learned and let's learn together. And then products that you have in your house. I'm going to recommend you do this for the end of the year. Create a sticker campaign. And I heard this from Eric Worre. This isn't my content. Is if you have something in your house that is not LifeVantage that you could be using LifeVantage, use what it is you have and then put a sticker on it and say, when this is gone, I'm ordering LifeVantage. Create stickers for your customers so they can start replacing products that we have in their house. And it's really, really huge. So remember, ranking. Premier Pack is 250 PV. Elite Pack is 850 PV. Pick your next rank. I know you want to all be elites, but pick your next rank and figure how many people you have to move at one time together as a group to get to your next rank. That's how you do it. And do you know your income goal? So do you know that Premier Pro 5 pays $2,935 a month on average? Premier Pro 6 is $6,744, and Elite Pro 7 is $12,407. Who would that change their life? For me, it would change my whole life. Let's jump off. Let's get onto the Carrie Dickey call. And I absolutely love and adore you guys. Okay?
Thanks, Michelle. Great job.
You're welcome. Love you.
So
amazing as always. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll post the recording.